3 bold strategies that you can start incorporating today, right? Not today, so that you can begin to multiply in July. And so if that is something that you are interested in doing, multiplying in July with your book, with self-publishing, when you come in, show me some love. When you come in, it's free to hit the screen and send some hearts. Let me know what state you are tuning in from. Also, if you have any questions during our broadcast, let me know in the comments your questions. When you ask a question, it actually pulls on my genius, and it allows me to really give you that dedicated and customized assistance that you need as an author out there in these marketplace streets. So let's get right into it, because I'm so excited to give you this information today. And it is, the beginning of the month, so we have a chance to just incorporate these new fresh ideas. So in July, we're going to multiply with our books, all right? And we're going to multiply with our books by doing 3 different pivots. The first pivot that we are going to do is we're going to start turning our live streams into a sales machine. That's right. You're going to start going live, and you're going to start talking to your audience, because that's what you do when you are a business owner. When you are an author, you want to talk to your readers. You want to start getting personal, getting accessible to the very people who are affording you the lifestyle of being a creative writer, right? And so there is no longer going to be a buffer between you and your audience. And here's the first strategy that you're going to do with your live stream. You're going to go live 3 to 7 times a week. Not a month, not a year, a week. You're going to increase your visibility, and you're going to go live 3 to 7 times a week. Now, you're just not going live and winging it. You're going to really create a production. You know what I'm saying? You're going to script out what you're going to be speaking about. You're going to come prepared to actually have a conversation with your readers about a subject matter that you have already pre-prepared for those 3 to 7 live interactions. Now, during those live interactions, you're going to be demoing your book. You're going to be showcasing your book. You're going to be talking about your book. You're going to be just marketing and advertising and creating conversations, asking your readers, what did they gain from the book? What was the insights from the book? What was the aha moments from the book? You're going to really get personal with your audience, and you're going to have questions for them to get them engaged. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Kim. Welcome, Nadia. Welcome, Pam. Welcome, Kiara. Welcome, Mom. Welcome, Mahad. You're going to be engaging in your live streams, which is going to be 3 to 7 times a week, right? You're going to be building the buzz. So let's say if you say, I'm going to go live 3 to 7 times a week every day at 7. Well, you're going to also have a pre-live show. So these are going to be like your commercials that you're going to be saying, join me Wednesday at 7, join me Thursday at 7, whatever that time is that you're going to go. I want you to start creating a schedule where I'm going to go live every day at 7 o'clock. Or you can do it sporadically. You don't have to be that organized to actually know the time and date, but at least 3 to 7 times a week, you need to be going live, and you need to be live streaming, and you need to have your book present in the view for the audience to be able to see. Welcome, Fabulous. In the audience for them to be able to see your book, right? And so you're going to begin to start treating your live as a pop-up shop for your book. You're just not going to come live and talk about anything. This is going to be intentional, right? You're going to begin to utilize your book, have it in your hand, showcase your book, show them the interior file of the book, show them, the cover, whether you use matte, whether you use glossy, for the front cover. You're going to really begin to utilize your book, and you're going to make your live stream a selling machine. Can someone put that in the chat? Make your live stream a selling machine. Because in July, we multiply. In July, we multiply with our books, and that is why we're going to be going live 3 to 7 times a week. We're going to come prepared with a script, an outline of what that live is going to be about. We're going to have some notes that we're going to be able to look at and gain direction from, and we are going to be highlighting our book in that live stream so that you can begin to multiply in July. Welcome Jody, welcome Sunny Fawn, welcome Rolando. It's free, you guys, to give hearts. When you come in, give hearts. I have on pink today. Give some hearts, right? And then if you really want to be involved in this community, let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know what state you are tuning in from. So that's the first strategy that we're going to go, we're going to multiply in July, is by turning your live stream into a sales machine. Now, the second strategy that you're going to do by really multiplying in July is you're going to go wide. You're going to go wide. That's great that your book is on Amazon. That's great that your book is on one platform, but there's so many other platforms that you can have your book on. There are so many other platforms that you can have your book on. Welcome to Mika Johnson. Welcome Lady T. There are so many other platforms that you can have your book on. So you want to make sure that your book is on every platform that it needs to be on. You want to make sure that your book is actually also on your own personal website. You want to make sure that your book is at vendor shows. You want to make sure that your book is at conferences. You want to make sure your book is at retreats. You want to make sure your book is at the local library. There are so many ways that you're going to go wide with your book so that you can multiply in July with self-publishing. Isn't this good, you all? Yes, this is so good. This is so good. You all are not giving me the hearts that this information is warranted, because I'm teaching you literally how to multiply in July. And the good thing about it is you can use this with any service, any product, but today we're specifically talking about your book. Welcome Yo-Yo, welcome Franny, welcome Lady D01. Let's get it. We're teaching you how to multiply in July. Now, the third thing that you're going to do is you're going to let your voice become the brand. You can pick any strategy. If you don't want to do all three, you can pick any strategy. Welcome Kendra, welcome Keisha. Welcome. Make sure you have a question. Make sure you tap the screen, show love. Make sure you're sharing this out. Listen, it's time for you to let your voice be the brand. You know, public speaking is one of the biggest phobias that the public has, but it's time out for you to be afraid of public speaking. So you're going to, if you don't want your face to be shown, at least let your voice be heard. Let me say that again. If you don't want your face to be shown, at least let your voice be heard. And so we're going to start creating faceless content that will introduce you and kind of like condition you into going live. And what that look like is A roll and B roll, right? So the A roll is going to be your voice, and it's going to be describing what's in the B roll, which is your video, right? And when you do that, that is how you don't have to come on screen, but your voice is still there, all right? And so you're going to make sure that when you do the B-roll and you're getting the video, you are going to get just footage. All this different type of footage. Footage of you driving somewhere. Footage of what you had for lunch. Footage of you writing. Footage of you typing. Footage of you talking to someone about your book. Footage of you, checking your emails, checking your website. And then you're going to come with the A-roll, which is your voice. And you're going to be talking about your journey as an author. And you're going to have captions. You're going to have animation and stop scroll strategies for your book. You're going to have transitions that just a cut stop that makes the audience stay on that post, right? You're going to be doing all of this good stuff in July, because in July we multiply. In July, we are going to multiply with our books. We are going to turn our live streams into a sales machine. We are going to go wide and make sure that our book is on all of the platforms, not just one platform, but all of the platforms. And then we're going to let our voice be the brand, where they like, oh, I know that voice. Oh, that's Minister Samaya voice. Oh, that's Memphis Driver voice. Oh, that's Haya voice, right? We're going to let your voice be heard out here. And that way, if you don't want your face to be seen, at least allow your voice to be heard. Because whether you believe it or not, your voice will attract the supporters and the nations that God has assigned to you. Let me say that again to you. We all have been assigned a certain population and segmentation of people that we have been called to with our products, our services, our purpose, our message. And when you activate your voice in the land, it's going to attract the customers. It's going to attract the clients. It's going to attract the collaborations and the partnerships. And so that's why it's so important for this season. This is not the season for you to be quiet. This is not the season for you to be so humble that you become invisible. This is not the season that you let everybody else go ahead before you. No, this is the season that you say, it's my season. And this is the season in July that you're going to multiply. This is that season. This is that season where you're going to pick back up your book and you're going to begin to promote it. You're going to pick back up that business idea that came from the book and you're going to begin to execute it and dominate in it. Welcome, Tina. Welcome, 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 right? This is the season where you're going to actually multiply in July, right? You're going to multiply in July. You're going to get that website. You're going to get your personal website. You're going to show up and let the algorithm favor you because you're going to be present on social media. You're going to go through different websites that host events, and you're going to email the host and ask them, do they have some vendor opportunities? And you're going to be a vendor, and you're going to sell your book. Because in July, we multiply. In July, we multiply. All right? So, let's open up the floor for questions. Let's open up the floor for questions. What questions do you have about publishing a book? Because that's the next thing. Before you can multiply in July, you got to have a book, right? So, who here has not published a book? Put a 1 in the chat if you have not published a book. Put a 2 in the chat if you have published a book. 1, if you don't have a book in the marketplace. 2, if you know, I should have a book in the marketplace. Let's take a look. Welcome, Francis. Welcome, Tanya. Welcome. Looks like that is Carolyn. Welcome, Francine. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a book. Put a 2 if you don't have a book, but you know you should have a book. Because that's the next thing, you all. We got to stop knowing but not doing. You know you should be an author. You know you got a story. You know you've been called to lead. You know you are not like everybody else, and you are her and you are him. Stop playing yourself short. Stop being afraid of the unknown. Stop being afraid of success. A lot of people don't know that there really is a thing that you're afraid of success. That really is. Okay, great. We have a flash goal. Y'all help me get my flash goal. Now, my flash goal is to get 3 gifters to send TikToks to my live. I need 3 gifters to send me a gift in my live. Now, when you become an author, You got to have motion. And you don't wait for motion, you create the motion. You create the motion. Too many of you are waiting for motion to happen. No, motion happen when you start moving. What Ludacris say? When I move, you move. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that, right? Stop waiting for the motion and create the motion by you moving. We don't wait for motion. We create the motion. And that's why many of you are not seeing the results that you have in your life, because you are not creating motion, because you're too still. You're too still. And I need you to start moving. I need you to start executing. I need you to start I need you to start dominating, right? I need you to start dominating, right? So I want to thank everyone that is joining. Keep joining, but I need you to do more than join, right? We are motion creators. We are motion creators. So I need you to I need you to say, hey, I want to be a motion creator. I want my book to multiply in July. You start off by first just knowing how to be a good community member. You start off by showing love and tapping the screen, right? Some of you, I'm trying to teach you all how you do it, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. It's free to tap the screen. And most of you won't even tap the screen, and it's not for me, because I'm successful already. And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm just telling you, like, I'm successful already. I'm trying to teach you how to come into an environment and get the best benefit of it. Many of you come in and then you gonna jump out, and you come in and you come in these communities and you come in these rooms, and when you come in, don't nobody know you came in. When you leave, don't nobody know you left. Why? Because you're not creating the motion. You're not creating the moments that need to be created when you come in the room. I'm trying to teach you how to dominate in the room. And you dominate by being engaged. You dominate by being present. You dominate by asking questions. You dominate by being memorable. And some of you just are not memorable, and that's why you're getting overlooked, because you're not memorable. You're coming in the vicinity of greatness and you're doing nothing to be memorable. And so we got to stop that. We got to stop just being window watchers. And we got to be engaged. I don't care if you just... See, many of you think that you got to spend money, but some of it ain't even money. Some of it is you just got to show up. And you got to show up the right way. Show up for your book. Show up for your future. Show up. Move. Do something. Say something. Create something. And create the motion. Create the motion. Don't wait for the motion. Many of you waiting for the wave. No, create the wave. Be the wave. We don't wait for waves around here. You are the wave creator. You are the motion creator. But if you don't know how to create the motion, your movement will always be based on somebody else's movement. Your promotion will always be based on somebody else's movement. Your next meal will always be based on somebody else's movement, because you haven't learned how to create the motion. And when you become an author, the motion is ready to be created. In this month, in July, we're going to multiply. We're going to multiply. So questions. Let me tell you. Many of you haven't learned the power of questions. In the Bible, they talked about how when Jesus used to be in the synagogues, they was impressed by his questions. Not his answers, but his questions. Because his questions reflected his dedication, his interest, his passion. What type of questions are you asking? What type of questions are you asking yourself? Are you asking those who are in front of you? Because that's the other mistake that people are making. When they get in front of geniuses, when they get in front of experts, when they get in front of people who can help them, they don't have the right questions. Right? So you're in front of a celebrity and international book publisher. And book publishing is a multi-billion-dollar industry. You should have a question for me. You should have a question. And if you don't have a question, you should ask yourself why. Right? You should have a question. You should always have a question. You should always have a question. You should always come into a room and be able to represent yourself and let the world know you're here. Not by being rude and disrupting the room, but just showing your presence. I'm here. I'm here. That's why whatever room I walk in, they know I'm here. They know I'm here by the color of my hair. They know I'm here because of my glasses say I'm here. They know I'm here because of my outfit gonna say, I'm here. I'm not trying to blend in. I'm not wearing all black. You see my picture behind me? That's an I'm here picture. All of my walls are navy blue, but that picture say I'm here. What about you says I'm here? What about your book says I'm here? Because that's what's going to make you stand out from all of the competition, from all of the noise. That's what's going to make people stop to scroll when you begin to say and dedicate yourself to multiplying in July. Right? Those are the things that we have to learn. You're one behavior modification away from success. Just one. One little thing you can do better than you did yesterday gets you closer. Right? And so I just wanted to come live today on July 1st and say, in July we multiply. And I hope you pick one of those strategies that we shared and you take advantage of the expertise and the accessibility to information that is available now in this world. I hope you have a safe holiday and we'll talk to you soon.